Welcome to Philosophy with Simeon, the world's first animal podcast where we connect heart to heart with the animals who share our planet. In this episode, we're speaking with Subject 47B, a rabbit, whose life began inside a laboratory used for cosmetic testing. We'll talk about her life in the lab, the reality behind these experiments. If your heart feels a little more open by the end, remember to subscribe to the podcast. Enjoy the show. Miss Subject 47B. Before we begin, something about your name feels strange to me. Subject 47B. What is the story behind it?
Well, that's because in the laboratory, we don't really have names. We got codes. So 47B means I was the 47th rabbit in that group, and the second one used in that particular test. So yes, on paper, I am Subject 47B.
Understood. For the records, I will refer you as Miss Bunny in this show. Will that be fine with you?
Absolutely, Mr. Simeon. It's great that someone is calling me with a real name. Thank you.
Pleasure is all mine. My first question, I would like you to help us understand, what does a normal day look like for you?
Honestly, most days are quiet. The lights turn on. Someone checks the cages. Food appears. Water appears. Sometimes a human writes notes while looking at my eyes or my skin. And sometimes a new substance arrives. That is when the day becomes different. That is when the quietness stops.
Wow, I can feel that silence. Let me ask you this. When these chemicals are placed in your eyes or on your skin in the laboratory, what does your body feel?
At first, it feels warm, just a small warmth in the eye or on the skin. But then, it slowly turns into burning, a deep kind of burning that doesn't go away quickly. I wish I could blink or rub my eye, the way any rabbit would. But in the lab, most of the times I cannot. So the body just waits, hoping the pain will pass.
Wait, what did you just say? You cannot blink or rub your eyes? What does it mean by that, Ms. Bunny?
Well, in the historical Draize eye test, we are usually placed in special restraint holders so that we cannot move our heads or paws. This prevents us from rubbing our eyes, which could remove the chemical that is being tested.
What is a Draize eye test? Can you please explain that in detail to our listeners?
The Draize eye test. It's a test humans created many years ago to see how a chemical might affect the eye. What they usually do is place a small amount of the product, maybe a cosmetic ingredient or shampoo chemical, directly into a rabbit's eye. Then the scientists watch what happens. Over the next hours, sometimes days, they check the eye for things like redness, swelling, tearing, or damage to the surface of the eye. They note everything down.
But why rabbits? Do you have any clue that you can share?
The reason rabbits like me were chosen is because our eyes are very sensitive and our tears don't wash chemicals away quickly. So the reaction stays longer, which makes it easier for humans to measure.
Gotcha. Just curious to know, do rabbits like you understand that your suffering is meant to help humans make products like makeup or shampoo?
I don't understand everything humans make. I've heard words like cosmetics, products, testing, but what I do understand is this. My pain becomes information, and that information helps humans decide if something is safe for their skin or their eyes.
That's sad. I feel very sorry for all the pain that your laboratory rabbits go through. So, Miss Bunny, do rabbits recognize each other's pain?
Yes, we hear each other breathing faster. We smell stress. We see swollen eyes and trembling paws. We animals do not need words to understand suffering, right?
Yeah, that's scary to imagine. Is there any moment when you felt even a small piece of comfort?
Yes, sometimes a human speaks softly or refills the food bowl gently. Those small moments feel surprisingly big when your world is very small.
Totally agree with you. Miss Bunny, many countries have banned cosmetic testing on animals. Share your thoughts on that.
I'm glad that it is happening. It means the world is learning. It means some rabbits in the future might never sit in cages like mine. That is something hopeful, even if hope arrives after my story is already written.
Miss Bunny, if the world could hear you for 1 minute, what would you say?
I would say this. Animals feel pain the same way you do. We feel fear the same way you do. The only difference is we cannot explain it. Whenever you make choices in your life, just remember that somewhere in this world, there might be a small animal whose life is quietly connected to that choice.
Miss Bunny, one final question. If you were let go free, what would you do first?
I would run, not away from something, but toward something. Toward grass, toward the wind, toward a life that was always meant for rabbits.
Thank you, Miss Bunny, for sitting with us and sharing your truth. Sometimes the quietest voices carry the deepest wisdom.
Welcome, Mr. Simeon.
So, thank you for listening with an open heart today. Stories like this remind us that our choices reach farther than we imagine. If you'd like to hear more conversations with the animals of our world, subscribe or follow Philosophy with Simeon. Until next time, take care of the world we all share.